Alright boys, today is going to be a talk between me and you. Today I want to talk about my Madden 24 wish list and what I want to see in Madden 24. And feel free, leave comments down below of what you guys want to see. Also, while I'm recording this, I'm recording like way ahead. I'm going to be in New Jersey for like a week. And I don't know if I'm late with this or if we got any Madden 24 news. Hopefully, fingers crossed we got some news and everything I say is in the game. But I want to get it started right here with Ultimate Team as an overall game mode. Now, I want to hit on 3 points right here. The first one being rewards, and the reward system we have currently just is not good. As I'm recording this, it is May and the game is like approaching the end of its lifestyle. If we take a look at this competitive pass, something that's supposed to last 2 weeks, what do we get that's good, right? So with all the coin rewards, you would get 230k, you would get a 93 plus ultimate legend player, which literally like the market right now is so down, like 97s are going for 100k. This is basically worthless. You get a touchdown pack. Packs kind of suck. You get a red zone pack, kind of sucks. You get a player, which a lot of these have been misses, and this is like the main point in the grind in my opinion. Like Joey Porter Jr. is actually a pretty good reward. Touchdown pack, again, packs aren't good. Midfield pack, horrible. This level 11 reward is also terrible. 96 B&D free agency player, just awful, right? Like I feel like this comp pass, it's a great idea, but it's a miss when you don't get the good rewards. They can keep the competitive pass, but my thing right now in May, right? What is the point of playing the game right now? What is the point of playing the game right now as I'm recording? And I just feel like you're really not incentivized to win. Much chance, if you go 25-0, you get a pat on the back. Maybe you get the first Joey Porter. Okay, that's cool. But to me, champs feels like a waste of time. And also in all Madden seasons, like I've been in Legend all year long. I've won countless Super Bowls, and I know I have 2 mil. But I feel like in order to really maintain like your top end squad, you either have to spend money or you have to put in hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of just grinding head to head. You could win a Legend Super Bowl and you could pull like maybe like 100k worth of stuff, and that might be if you're lucky. What I want to see with gameplay is bring back Weekend League. Bring back Weekend League, because even with what I cover with like gameplay, what I want to see different, or like they could have everything around Ultimate Team be the best mode ever, but if there is no reason to play the game like this late into the cycle, the game is gonna die and it's gonna feel like how it does right now. I feel like Weekend League not only gives like content creators something to strive for, like going 25-0 in Weekend League, getting like the best rewards, getting top 100 is a really big deal. So I want to see Weekend League back. I want to see good rewards. Going on rewards again real quick, I said this last year, MUT Draft, the most underutilized mode ever. Make MUT Draft great again. What I want to see is I want MUT Draft to literally be like BR and MLB. Tell me that wouldn't be awesome. Tell me you go like 12-0 in MUT Draft. Week 1 you get like an 88 like Jalen Ramsey or something, you know what I'm saying? And then as the year goes on, that reward gets better and better. Say right now in May you can get a 99 choice pack of an ultimate legend. Tell me that wouldn't be awesome. Also MUT Draft, one of the most no money spent friendly game modes too. This would be a ton of fun. I really want to see MUT Draft be a good mode next year. Now we're here with my team right now, and I want to talk about individual cards this year, and I don't really know how exactly to say what I'm thinking. I hope what I say makes sense. I know that sounds awful already, but here's my thoughts, okay? This year, and at this point in the year, and it might feel like this every Madden, but to me, every card just feels like reskins of each other. Besides like Randy Moss and CeeDee Lamb, they get like insane AP value. But like to me, Calvin Johnson and Equinemius St. Brown, they feel like the exact same card to me. They both get short in, short out for 1. So what I'm trying to say is I want something more than abilities to matter. Like, I don't know, this might be a terrible idea, but something like, okay, these receivers run this route better or something. Like this receiver has a unique animation, like something like that. Because what I'm saying is it may introduce more animations into the game, but I want cards to feel unique. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Calvin to feel like Equinemius St. Brown. I want these 2 cards to do different things. So I hope that makes sense. I don't know if I did a great job describing it, because again, like Lester Hayes right here that has like amazing stats just really feels the same as like almost he feels the same as DK to me. They literally feel the exact same. And that's what I want to see like overall with Ultimate Team, because if this game literally was just reskin with better rewards, I think people would have a lot better like image of it. Now the next topic for me is going to be abilities, but it kind of correlates directly with gameplay. So like I think this is just overall under like one umbrella for me. Let's talk about abilities this year. So there's 2 sides of the argument to abilities this year. Some people may say 6 AP was like the worst thing to happen. There's too many discounted abilities in the game. But the other side to that argument is in this game this year, You need an ability to literally do anything. You need an ability to catch picks. You need an ability to KO at each spot in the field. You need an ability to throw the ball. You need an ability to not get under pressure. You need an ability to get open. You need an ability to beat press. You need an ability to block defensive linemen. Pretty much the main thing is you need an ability for quite literally everything this year. And I know this is not an unpopular opinion, but like, it really shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't need abilities to be able to play defense. I feel like abilities should just help the defense you're already running, if that makes sense. So obviously everyone has that opinion, but what is the solution to that though? But honestly, man, if they keep next gen movement how it is, zones need to react a lot faster. The Madden 23 beta zones were actually really good. Someone even say like overpowered. It's kind of like a fine line, right? Like there are a couple tweaks with reaction time to make it in zone coverage just the best in the world. And also with how the game works this year, right? With KOs and everything, we also run a thin line because like if they improve the reaction time, how much more OP would that make KOs? You know what I'm saying? So like it's a very fine line between like defense being like bad as it is now, and then they tweak a couple sliders and bam, it's like insanely overpowered. So yeah, would I like to see less KOs? Would I like to see more KOs? I'd like to just be able to play man or zone and not have to rely on abilities for my players to have a brain. I think the abilities that make sense to me, pick artist, acrobat, I get that. But literally I have to have a deep route KO to not get agged by a receiver. I don't know, man. I really don't like that. Again, though, it's tough because it's supposed to be a simulation football game, and sometimes you see one-on-one, you throw the matchup, right? They can't cater to simulation and also like competitive like video game at the same time. And when they both go ahead and mix it together, it sucks. But yeah, my main point with abilities is I'd like to see less of them, but I'd also like to see the actual AI defenders be able to play better. And especially when I have like 99 zone, 99 man, 99 play rec, like I feel like they should not be able to just be thrown right at and just they can't animate because they don't have an ability. I feel like that is common sense, right? And I have two more things with abilities. I think that if an ability is in the game, it should have a counter, right? You know, I know this is a man dominant year, but short out elite should have a counter. And I know the counter is to not press, but I feel like bench press countering short out elite would make sense, right? I'm not saying that would be a good thing for the game, but I feel like if abilities are in the game, everything needs a counter. And maybe short out elite isn't the best example because again, you just can't press it. But overall too, like what are the counters to KOs? Abilities are a tough one for me because I definitely think they overdid it this year. Like I don't think every player should have an ability, but at the same time this year, you need an ability to literally do anything. And that's really the main change I want to see. I want to see my players be able to play a zone or play man and not just be complete idiots because they don't have an ability where they will like react or be able to get a KO and they can just be thrown straight at. And my final thing for abilities, please, for the love of God, never have pre-lit X Factors ever again. To me, pre-lit X Factors are the stupidest thing because of the fact that X Factors are introduced into the game to be overpowered. That is supposed to be when your player is on like a hot streak, you earn this. That's when you should get X Factors. I don't think any X Factors should be removed. I just think X Factors, you should have to earn them instead of having pre-lit freight train. I think it is the dumbest thing ever. It's almost as if they didn't learn anything from how many people hated going up against Eric Dickerson in Madden 20. All right, now I want to talk about actual gameplay that isn't really involving abilities. One of the biggest problems this year is like movement, pursuit, how defensive players react to offensive players. And with the next gen movement, unless they really get it right in 24, it's probably going to be more of the same. It's really going to be like if they want defense to be good, they have to bump the reaction time because pursuit and just how your players play in this game on defense specifically is really bad. What else I would like to see is playbooks. Offensive playbooks, I have no idea what the playbook guy at EA does, seriously, because what do they do besides remove stuff out of playbooks? Also, playbooks are one of the best ways to change the meta. If you wonder why people run bunch, if you wonder why people run tight, it's because those formations have everything you need. And really, like formations like trips or like U-trips too, with how players move and like run, like you still see a decent amount of them. I would still consider it like off meta though, because it's not tight offset tight end, it's not tight slots. But playbooks literally could be so fun. They have so much data of playbooks. Like, what if they dropped the Madden 22 throwback Raiders playbook that had like bunch tight end, just a ton of usable formations? Madden 20 throwback Raiders playbook, you know, Madden 20 throwback Pats playbook with like split close, ace slot, U trips. The possibilities with playbooks are endless, and it's a great way to keep the game fresh. Also on defense, they could introduce new match coverages. They could do so many different things with just plays in this game. And all I feel like they do is take things out. They have alternate playbooks. They have the John Madden playbooks as well. You're telling me you can't do anything else with playbooks? But something else, again, it's to do with movement. But the amount of random bumps in this game is actually insane. I'm someone that's like big on like timing throws. Like if I see like cover 3, I'm trying to hit this route at this spot because I see how the zones react. But in this game, I feel like that got completely taken away. You can know the coverage, you can know the defense, you cannot 100% predict what's going to happen that play. And I'm not just talking about insta sheds. Your tight end could get bumped so bad, he falls flat on his face and he's just taking out the play. And some people will say that's just football. And to me, that's where we have to draw the line and be like, okay, like some things in a video game are going to be better than like real life. You know what I'm saying? The inconsistencies in this game, I just really want a consistent game. And I just want to know, will my receiver be bumped to death every time they run this coverage or like what? I feel like that's the thing that really gets me like on tilt in this game is really just when it's inconsistent. I have 3 other things for gameplay. One is more of an idea that I want to know what y'all would think of it, but also like the dollar meta right now. I feel like it could just be simply like fixed by bringing back weak box, like the old weak box. Dollar should not be good run defense. It just shouldn't. The way it works this year, where like defensive linemen just glitch through offensive linemen, the offensive linemen sucked this year so bad. Obviously, offensive line improvements is an easy one to say as well. But yeah, I'd really like to see just if you sub in 2 tight ends, then dollar is basically cooked. And I know there's certain runs in the game that are good for dollar. I know, but I'm just saying like as a whole, I think dollar should not be as effective as it is against the run. And it's not even like user gap shoots. Like if people have gap shoots at a dollar, that is a good skill and that is something they learned. Tip your cap, you know what I'm saying? But the amount of people that can just pinch their defensive line, crash in, and the defensive linemen just come absolutely free is absolutely ridiculous. And really that's like an every formation thing. I feel like to stop the run, you should really need like user gap shoots. Like I feel like that's a pretty good skill gap. And for my second to last point, it's time. Linebackers should not need lurker to animate. Make them animate like safeties. Bring linebackers back. I want linebackers to be good. I do. I think it's great for the game when defense is like 3-4, 4-3, like everything's runnable. I think that's a good thing for the game. I do not like how linebackers have been utterly useless for like the past 3 years. Make linebackers good and animate like safeties. There is no reason not to. Now for my last point of the video, I want your guys' thoughts on this because I think part of the reason why zones are bad is because of these abilities. Pass lead elite and set feet lead. Increasing the throw power and velocity of these throws. These 2 abilities right here can get the ball faster than defenders can react. If you remove these 2 abilities right here, how good is defense in Madden 23? I know you can still highball. Remove these 2 abilities, go into a game and try to pass. And I want to know how effective you guys are. And some people might be like, oh, I've never had to use these abilities, like whatever. I'm just saying, like, if these 2 things weren't a thing, I am very curious to know how good zone coverage is, how good defense is in general. And I guess I got one more point as well. High balls should not be perfectly accurate every time. With freeform, it made it accurate every time. I think that is also stupid. I think high balls should be more risky to throw than regular passes. So I like to see high balls have some sort of inaccuracy. Doesn't have to be every time. And I'd also like to be able to low ball somehow with freeform. Like, I don't know. I know low balls aren't good this year either. I don't know. Would y'all rather have a low ball year or a high ball year? Because I feel like one or the other is always super, super good in Madden. But yeah, y'all, this has been my wish list for Madden 24. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Slightly longer video. But yeah, it was just me talking to you guys. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We are going to be grinding in Madden 24. So if you want to see me play live as well, check the links in the description. Hit that Twitch with a follow. We've been grinding the streams over there, so I would really appreciate that. Now, if you don't feel like heading over to Twitch and you want another video to watch, check this one out right here.